Hello YouTube, welcome to Mrs. Koi Style. My name is Kawana. I thank you so much for joining me here on my channel where I speak about style. I do some hauls, some reviews, and every now and again I sprinkle in a little bit of luxury. Today, I'm not doing that. I'm going to recap my weekend, which included Galentines Day and New York Fashion Week. And it just so happens that today is Valentine's Day, which is the reason why I'm wearing red and trying to put up this video before I head to work. It's really important to me to interact with you all and let you all know what I'm doing and actually what happened this weekend in New York City. So if that's something that interests you, I certainly hope that you will continue watching today's video and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell notification so that you never ever miss a video. I typically upload on Sundays. I didn't do that this week because I was out in the streets doing the most, and that's why I'm even more eager to film this video this morning and get it up for you guys because I missed you on Sunday. All right, so let's get it popping. What did I do? First up, Custom Chic flew in from Florida for all of the festivities, all of the Galentine's Day events and New York Fashion Week events. So it started with her arrival. All right, came in, we headed to the Brooklyn Museum to see the Dior show. We had tickets that we needed to exchange because the schedule started to get really a little bit hectic. We didn't have 30 million shows, we just had a few shows, but sometimes the availability of the events are not made available to us until the last minute, and that requires some changes. So we needed to head over and hopefully see the Dior exhibit. We stood in line for approximately an hour waiting to get in and exchange our tickets before we headed to another event. Yeah, we waited, and that was what we did. That was the whole event. That was the whole entire Brooklyn Museum Dior experience because we just weren't able to change our tickets. There was no other time that could accommodate us, but we tried. I'm including everything in this video. We headed over there. I think Custom Chic got a couple of videos or pictures outside of the museum. I'll add that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the exhibit, but we were together, chilling, people watching, doing all of the things. Immediately after our failed attempt at changing our Dior tickets, we headed to another event. The next event was a Galentine's Day event hosted by this beautiful young lady that I came across on Instagram. I just knew, I could just kind of tell. You just ever come across somebody's feed and you like hear them speak or you see their pictures and you feel, gosh, this person's really a vibe. Now, I definitely looked at her and thought, oh, she's a youngin', but I could keep up. I feel like I can because sometimes you just get that feeling, and I just knew in my soul, I just knew deep down inside my heart that she was a really sweet young lady. And so she shared that she would be hosting a Galentine's Day event where there would be meditation, talk, positive energy around women, around positive energy, around uplifting ourselves, around building our confidence, the whole thing, all of the things that women need to be doing for ourselves and also for each other. And then she also said there was going to be food and an open bar. I'm in. Had to do that, and it didn't disappoint at all. It was at a beautiful loft space in Brooklyn. We headed in. It was beautifully decorated in pinks. Oh, the color scheme was pink and red. So you would see that I opted to wear this really cute pink jumpsuit. Oh, at this point, I left something out. You'll see my girl Lifewithgloreeb joined the party. And so when Gloria's there, it's always a party, hardy, because we be absolutely doing the absolute most. So we enjoyed some food. It was delicious. They had the best cheese grits I think I've ever tasted in my life. took pictures, talked, got to know people, had some deep conversations, and met Style and Beauty Doctor Danielle. She's Style and Beauty Doctor over on Instagram as well as YouTube. What a beautiful young lady. I really enjoyed meeting her. She's kind of like that person that you feel like you know when she asks questions and you answer and you feel like you're having a conversation with her, because she's very interactive. She's such a vibe. She just gives the camera all of the things, and she has beautiful, flawless skin. So when she's giving you tips and tricks and like all of the rules sort of to follow, you need to follow, because she's not sitting there with like wrinkles and cracked skin telling you what to do. She's the model for all of the knowledge that she's kicking about the skincare. So anyway, met Danielle, and she was so much fun. Exactly what you see, exactly who you see in her IGTV, in her YouTube, in everything she does. And that was a great time. So we really enjoyed that event. It was fabulous. And I'm going to link everybody's Instagram handles below. So go on and give these people a follow, because it'll be worth it if you're not already following them. Style and Beauty Doctor and Melaninbanc. What a such a beautiful young lady. Millennial, who would have thought that I would get along so well with the millennial, because my millennial kids say, I ain't the one to chill with, but Melaninbanc will tell them different. So that was our Saturday. Now, Sunday was scheduled to be the day of shows. And I woke up like, yo, what the pluck? What the bloody pluck? Yeah, it was snowing, legit snowing. I think I left something out. I'm sorry. Let me go back to Saturday just real quick for a second. Beautiful, off the chart temperatures in the 60s in New York City in February. Who would have thought it? And then to turn around 24 hours later on Sunday, woke up to snow. I legitimately had to clean snow off my car. But I said, hey, I'm gonna trek through, I'm gonna do everything, I'm gonna make it do what it do, because this is for New York Fashion Week. I'm gonna be inside anyway, so I'm not gonna let some snow stop me. I got dressed. I mean, I felt like I was dressed. I felt like I was doing the most, because it's New York Fashion Week. You ain't gonna show up in, a sweatsuit. Get there, everything's going good. Still snowing, the snow is coming down. Not necessarily sticking, but coming down. I'm standing in line, waiting to get to a show that we fell in love with last year. It was incredible, and that is the Flying Solo show. It was, I don't really want to go to last year, but I just have to, because I have to paint the scene for today. What we loved about the fashion show last year that Flying Solo put on was, it was very organized, fast-paced, but the location, absolutely incredible. A beautiful rooftop in Soho. You could see all of the tall buildings, the whole New York City skyline. Incredible. And I'm wondering, what kind of views will we receive from Flying Solo on a winter Fashion Week's day? Because that was September Fashion Week. Where are they going to put us within this beautiful building? It was the same address. I'm just so excited to see, because Flying Solo not only displays the best up-and-coming designers, but also they give you the vibes. When they say get off at the 7th floor because the show is on the roof and the snow is coming down, I'm like, wait, mind boggled. Did they really say that? Can't do that? Can't be outside in the snow with my look and my vintage sheepskin coat? What? Outside? So already, admittedly, I was a little turned off. They had the kind of benches or block seating, whatever it is that you want to call it. Someone handed me a towel to wipe it off so I can sit down. Yeah, I'll sit down for a second, but the snow is just going to continue cascading down. I hadn't even put my shoes on, by the way. I had the dopest shoes, my gold platform shoes. Didn't even put those on because I didn't want to freeze. I'm sitting there wearing Ugg boots, shivering at a fashion show. So I gotta say, I didn't really enjoy that. It disappointed me, because who invited Mother Nature to come and drop white flurries all over Fashion Week? And why did Fashion Solo think that even absent of snow, that it would be okay to be outside on a rooftop in February? I don't know, but that was the first show of 22 New York Fashion Week that I attended. Now, typically, Jen and I will just walk. We in these New York City streets doing what we do. Sometimes we have our phones out giving us directions heading to the next show. It was an 8-minute walk from Flying Solo to 50 Varick Street, which is the location where all of the fashion events primarily take place. If you are booked to show your designs at 50 Varick, you have arrived. I tell you, my friend, you have arrived. So we were so excited to head over there, but we didn't walk like we typically do, and people watch. Heck to the gnaw, it was still snowing. So we Ubered over there. That was a moment, because as we started walking up, the paps started papping us. Yes, that is the, I want to say, blogger kind of goal. You want to be photographed, you want to be seen, you want to know that your looks are going to be all over, seen on different people's pages, maybe even possibly go viral. I don't know, I didn't expect it, but it was nice. So I'm out there, posing, doing the most, having my photos snapped, doing the thing, me and my girl Jenn. So that was cool. Then we stood on line, a whole different kind of line, because they had heat lamps outside. They're gonna keep us warm while we're waiting in line, because you have everybody going over to this particular Fashion Week location, as I said. And when I say everybody, I mean, this is where all of the shows are held. Carolina Herrera to everything. Anyway, we were there to see Rodarte. We were so excited about this because, it is Rodarte and it is at 50 Varick Street. So just those two variables alone are gonna make it incredible. Womp womp. No, it did not. It started on time for the most part. We walk in and there was like a kind of a hallway area where they had videos. It wasn't even the largest videos, maybe 60-inch screens of maybe between 8 and 10 videos of maybe previous fashion shows featuring Rodarte designs, where they told us, this is the only place that you ladies can record, because once you actually enter the showroom, you can no longer record. This is the only area that you can record. And so we kind of look at each other like, do you realize that this is a Fashion Week event and most people come here to capture all of these moments? So that was the first strike. Didn't like that. We head on into the next space, and all I see is, I want to get the name right, Natalie Portman dancing around on a bigger screen. This was more like maybe a 200-foot screen. And then one of the representatives comes and shares that the designs that Natalie Portman wore for the movie Black Swan were designed by Rodarte. So just take a close look. Okay, well, thank you for that tidbit of information. Then we transition over into the next space where there was some sort of a cartoon being shown. I wasn't paying attention to it, but Jenn informed me that Rodarte also designed some of the costuming for that particular cartoon. I'll ask her what that cartoon was before I put the video up, just so that I can list it and you all know. But that was the second part of the Rodarte experience. Next part, we walk into a space where we see these beautiful gowns on mannequins. Some gowns and some slip dresses. I mean, some of them were way up on the 10 and the other ones were like, oh, okay. So they were anywhere between 10 to maybe 14 gowns. Walked around, looked at the intricacy of the colors and the, craftsmanship of the dresses. And then someone said, thank you for joining us. I said, what the hell? I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us. What do you mean, thank you for joining us? Like, where's the rest of it? That was the entire Rodarte experience. And I think the reason why it disappointed me even more than it would have, just in terms of the disappointment, was because last year, not last year, well, it was last year, but for September Fashion Week, we attended a similar event that was hosted by Revolve. That was a moment. They had opportunities for us to take pictures. They had all of these different step and repeats. They had just a lot of different areas within the spaces that we transitioned to that allowed for us not only to record and photograph the designers, but also to record and photograph our experience. And comparative to Revolve, it definitely failed. But I think even absent, as I said, of Revolve, it didn't do what it needed to do for me. Super disappointed to have traveled to New York City to view Rodarte in, what was it? I want to say a good, maybe the experience was possibly 6 minutes, and that's on the high end of time. So that was the second event. Not so happy. So next, Jen and I are heading out, and we're just saying, okay, that's a negative partner, and we're just talking about where I'm going to get some photos because I wanted to photograph my outfit. At this point, I still hadn't, so we're trying to look in the space, which really wasn't giving. There was no step and repeat downstairs. There was no step and repeat outside. There was kind of nothing. So we're just trying to figure out where I'm going to get this photo. And all of a sudden, I just see bright yellow, this woman wearing a beautiful bright yellow suit, and it's snowing outside. It's cloudy, it's gray, it's all of the things. And so seeing such a beautiful color just brought a smile to my face. So I peer in a little bit more. I said, hey, that's HighLowLuxxe. Now, I don't even need to give an introduction because I feel like anyone who is watching me who thinks I'm talking about fashion or knows a little bit about fashion and sprinkles in some luxury certainly knows who HighLowLuxxe is. So I said, okay, that's a moment to see HighLowLuxxe at Fashion Week. So I tell Jen's like, oh snap, that is her. So we walk over, ask if we can get a picture of her and Jenn. She was very accommodating, very sweet, just such a sweetheart, smiled this really warm smile, very nice. There was a young lady standing in the corner also photographing with a phone. I know that she was with Jenee. My impression was that, she was taking pictures on HighLowLuxxe's behalf, Jenee HighLowLuxxe, and as I was taking pictures for Jenn, so it was a nice moment. So after the photos happened with Jenn and HighLowLuxxe, I got a little bit closer to the person and I said, oh, did you get any really good ones? And I said, oh my goodness, guess who it was? Nasteha or Nasteha? I want to say Nasteha. I really want to show the respect that's due of the Theyusufs, the one who is not pregnant. The Theyusufs are a beautiful fashion sister duo out of, I want to say, Cleveland, who have the most amazing style. They are just incredible stylists. They're just amazing, and I'm sure that you all know who they are. But yes, it was, I think I called her Nasteha, and I think she said it's Nasteha. She said it very politely. Absolutely stunning, beautiful lady, so sweet. She offered to take a picture with me. That really excited me. The picture now didn't excite me. Mrs. Coy's style wasn't styling and doing what it do, but for you all rocking out with me and sitting here and listening and watching my experience, I'll share the picture just because she was such a vibe. She's so beautiful, and I'm so happy to have met her at New York Fashion Week, February 22. Then we all got together, did a brief video. I'll also insert that over here. That was the vibe. So for me, going to 50 Varick Street and meeting the two of them made trekking through the snow all worthwhile. Lastly, Jen and I had to do some shopping because there's always just a little tweak or something that you needed to change at Fashion Week, because Jen had another event later on that evening, actually access to backstage. I'm not even going to give a little hint of what that is. You'll have to check that out. excuse me. You'll have to check that out on her channel, but it was huge, really, really a big event. And I haven't seen the footage yet because this was less than 14 hours ago, but you all will need to check that out on her channel. So we went over to some of the stores in Soho just to pick up a couple of things. At this point, we've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. It's approximately 2:30 in the afternoon. So we went to the Crosby Hotel to have a brunch. They had such a beautiful spread. They had like kind of I'm gonna put a picture because I can't remember the name of it, but you know when you have like the high tea and they have the little sandwiches and little dessert hors d'oeuvre kind of things. We didn't select that. We did the most because we needed to eat. We needed some food. We needed not little finger foods. We needed some food. So we sat there and ate, took in the day, had great conversation. The snow is still coming down, but it was a beautiful thing to be able to eat, have conversation, and recap our day together, exchange pictures, and that whole thing. And then Jenn went on to get ready for her next event, and I headed home. That was my Galentines / New York Fashion Week weekend. I hope that you enjoyed listening and watching whatever little footage I could show and share with you all, because I didn't pull the camera out a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want my camera to get wet. And it was snowing, as I said. But if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and stay tuned for a video that I'll be sharing very soon of what I wore, what I would have worn, the whole thing, and possibly even a haul. So I thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Remember that everything I shared in this video and every one of my videos is me to a C. I'll see you in the next one.